Hi, and welcome to this video on the North Node of Aries. This is the first part in my North Node series, and I'm not going to go into what a North Node is and what a South Node is and how you can find this in your birth chart because, well, that's not what this video is about. It's about North Node Aries, and in true Arian fashion, I'll just jump right into it. Though I will say, just to credit Jan Spiller for her Astrology for the Soul book, which is an absolutely incredible book and is the basis of much of my North Node understanding, the lion's share of my North Node, South Node understanding, and I recommend this book to anyone who is interested in North Nodes or astrology in general. Absolutely essential reads, in my opinion. So yeah, anyway, let's crack on with it. What is an Aries North Node about? What should they be doing? What is their calling? Well, the Aries North Node, as we know, they have a Libra South Node. That means there might be many traits that they're used to, that they might be too accustomed to, too comfortable with, and they might need to leave behind, such as valuing the input and the communication of another person too much, and valuing and wanting a harmony and balance and fairness with this person, with these people. So that is maybe not wanting to put themselves first, maybe not wanting to rock the boat, maybe not trusting their own intuition, their own ideas, their own energy, their own calling, because they're like, well, I have to listen to what other people want. You got to remember, Libra is an air sign. This is analytical, and it's ruled by Venus, which values harmony and beauty. So they think a lot, they analyze a lot, and they talk a lot to other people, and they value harmony and beauty, which is wonderful. But Aries North Node individual, they might be too much into this stuff. So maybe relying too much on the input and the support of other people, and maybe wanting to support other people so much that they neglect their own identity and their own needs. And they could perhaps be too selfless, perhaps be too nice, perhaps be too caught up in the idea of other people might know best, or I need to consider other people, I need to analyze rather than doing. So it's thinking rather than doing, talking rather than doing, focusing on other people rather than focusing on themselves, you know. And being selfless is a wonderful thing, but perhaps there could be a little bit too much of that as well. But one of the things with that is because they might be too nice or valuing and focusing on other people too much, they're actually might have a negative effect, because like things might get left unsaid because they want to avoid conflict, because they're conflict averse. But that bad energy, those bad vibes, they don't go away just because you don't talk about them. So if anything, being more Aries, just being like honest and upfront, allows them to clear the air more and actually have harmonious relationships better, despite that maybe seeming ironic to them, or that wouldn't be the case. Because with Libra South Node, they might value peace and harmony so much that things just get left unsaid. And they might neglect their own interests so much that they might actually start to become somewhat resentful or unhappy. And that could be directed toward their partners, people close to them in life, because they're not putting themselves first. And that might not necessarily be their partner's fault, because they might just not know that this Aries North Node individual is neglecting and negating their own needs in favor of theirs, you know. And an Aries North Node person, they might be coming from an energy of needing approval, seeking approval, and wanting other people to just be like, yeah, we approve of you, and we think that what you're doing is good. It doesn't bother us. It works out for us. But sometimes what's best for you isn't always what's best for other people. What's best for you might be inconvenient for other people. It might annoy other people. People don't like change. So people might want you to stay the same. And an Aries North Node individual with that Libra South Node might be resistant to changing parts of themselves, or to really looking within themselves and saying, what do I want to do? Because they know that it might result in doing things different, and that might result in some sort of perceived conflict, or potential conflict, or ruffling the feathers of their partner, of their friends, family, whatever. Aries North Node individual, they might be so accustomed to being enmeshed with the people around them, especially their romantic partner, that people around them become used to that person being that way. So it might shock them when the Aries North Node individual starts to move into that North Node, starts to say, well, actually, no, I'm going to be more independent, and I'm going to maybe not need your help all the time, or not need to help you all the time, because I want to focus on building myself up. Aries is summarized by the words I am. This is the sign of I am, resides in the first house, the house of I am, the house of fire, the sign of fire, cardinal fire, represented by the ram. And what does the ram do? It rams things, it rams into things, headbutts things. It's got the horns. You'll get the horns if you cross this person's path. Innocent, bold, brave, uncomplicated as well. Compare that with the Libra scales, which are and ruled by the planet Venus as well. Aries is ruled by Mars, and scales is about balance and harmony, and Venus is about beauty and harmony, and tranquility and peace, and just loveliness, which is lovely. These are lovely things, but sometimes you cannot avoid conflict, and that's what the Aries North Node person needs to understand. You can't avoid conflict all the time. Sometimes you're going to have to disagree with people. Sometimes they're going to disagree with you, and you know what, that's okay. Sometimes you might have to show people the horns. You might have to say, well, like, back off, or no, this is what I really want to do, and you might not like it, but this is important to me, and I'm going to stand up for that, and I'm going to stand up for my own desires and needs. Again, there's this honesty and the simplicity, because with Aries, I always say it doesn't get talked about enough, but Aries is so innocent, and Aries doesn't know how to bullshit. Aries doesn't know how to play mind games. Aries doesn't know how to be political. Aries doesn't know how to be sneaky. And Aries doesn't value keeping things all nice to the point where things get left unsaid. Aries is just going to say, this is what's on my mind. This is what I think. This is what I'm going to do. I don't like that. I like this. I'm going to do that. Which is wonderful, because you know what you're getting with Aries. So that I would say, to be less political in your relationships and your friendships, with family, with co-workers, just be more honest and more upfront. You don't have to be mean to people. It's not about being mean to people. It's not about starting wars. It's just about being honest and saying, in as nice a way as possible, if you want, like, this is what I'm about, and this is what I want to do. And other people might have different thoughts and opinions on what I want to do, but this is what I think is best. I'm going to do it, and that will feel uncomfortable for the Aries North Node individual, because that's new, and it might feel like they're being bad. Like, oh, I can't do that. I can't. That's not fair. That's not fair on my partner. That's not fair on them or that. I need to listen to what they're saying. It's not fair that I have my own ideas and I have to do, and I'm going to do this without asking them first. Sometimes in life, like, you can't always be asking other people what's best, because the thing with life is other people don't always know what's best. Like, they don't know what's best for you, or they might not even want what's best for you, because that might not be what's best for them. And they might not even be honest with that with themselves. They might be like, yeah, I want what's best for you, and they might think that they do, but if it inconveniences them or annoys them or whatever, they might want you to stay familiar and safe and not change and not put your own ideas first, because it's inconvenient for them. But Aries North Node is like saying, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, I love you, but I'm gonna do this, you know? Or, I hear what you're saying and I value that. Of course I do, but I also value, like, my own ideas. And if it's things that you're really passionate about, it's like going for that. Aries North Node, building up your identity. Who am I? Who am I? What are the things that I enjoy? Who am I when you take away the other people and the other people's ideas? Who am I? I am so and so. I am with this person. I'm friends with these people. These are my family. Yeah, family. These are parts of your identity, sure. But like, who are you when you take away all these people? What is it that makes you feel alive? Because Aries is it's fire, about fire. What excites you? What makes you feel alive? What makes you feel like, you know, yeah. What makes you feel excited? You know. And yeah, I would say another thing with Aries North Node is they actually, although they might not know it, because they're not used to it, they're actually very good at taking leadership and taking a central position and saying, you know, these are my ideas, these are my plans, and I'm going to do this. So taking leadership and not always relying on other people to direct. And Aries North Node person might be used to other people taking charge, and they might be used to being part of like a team where like, yeah, can't decide things on your own. We have to do that together. But you might actually find that people respond well to these things, because I talked a lot about people might respond badly to you stepping into your Aries North Node power, but it can be so wonderful and so healthy, and it can actually improve your interpersonal relationships by being more honest, by willing to do things and talk about things that might create some sort of conflict or make people maybe feel uneasy at first. But what you're really doing is allowing yourself to be honest, because if you're not honest with yourself and you're not doing the things you want to do, saying things you want to say, you're going to start to get resentful, and that might go onto your partner, and they might not even be aware of that, because you're like, well, I got these things I want to do, but I can't, and that's pissing me off, and they might get the brunt of that anger, or not anger, but like passive aggressiveness, that Libra South Node. So it's really healthy. Stepping into your North Node is healthy, because it's actually going to improve things. It's going to improve your relationships, and it's going to improve your relationship with yourself, and allow you to feel like you know yourself more, and feel more confident, and feel more brave, and feel less frustrated, you know? So yeah, that's what I would say. Aries North Node, be uncomfortable with that conflict, be uncomfortable with honesty, be uncomfortable with putting yourself first. Leaving behind overly relying on other people's input, overly focusing on other people helping them. What are they doing? What are they about? What can I do for them? And just focusing on yourself, and you'll find that, like I'm saying, your relationships with people will actually improve when you start to leave behind those Libra South Nodes. And I'm not saying forget about them completely. Obviously, anyone who's familiar with North Nodes, South Nodes will know that I would never say like just forget about all your South Node and it's all bad, because it's not true. There's wonderful things there, like selflessness and great communication skills, very intelligent as well. But it's so important to get used to this stuff that's uncomfortable, and that is being bold, brave, fearless, honest, innocent, and vulnerable, and being more self-focused. It's not selfish to focus on yourself when it's appropriate, you know? So that's what I would say to the Aries North Node individual. If you like this video, you know, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, hit the bell icon, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, and I will see you soon.